As New Mexico wins 83-64 over San Jose State. And the Lobos with this victory improved to 4-2 in the Mountain West and 11-8 overall. Coach Neal, congratulations. A pretty comprehensive performance, and your team really guarded there in the second half. Terrific.
Yeah, they did. And you know, it's the same song and dance I've told you guys since we started the season. When we're able to guard and keep people under 70, we win ball games. When we let them get to 70 or get over 70, we struggle. But I thought they did a nice bounce back job, having to sit on the Wyoming loss for a week. But I thought they did a really good job, really proud of them. I thought we did a nice job getting the ball inside. We didn't take some quick threes. You know, I think we only took 4 threes in the first half and went 4 for 4 and ended up 7 for 10 from the game. When we can get our inside game going and throwing the ball to Tim Williams, and it's like I put on the board before the game, I want to get 30 points in the paint. I want to get as many touches as I can, and if we do that, it opens up everything from the outside, and we're able to make shots.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Yeah, you did that. And early on, I thought my biggest concern was how do you replace Cullen Neal's production offensively, both scoring and the assists, and you were able to do that by getting it inside, and then of course your bench play was Dane Kuiper coming in and having a career night.
Well, that's why we recruited him, and you know, I told him at one of the timeouts late in the second half, I said, "Where have you been?" And
but he grew up today.
Well, I think the best thing about Dane Kuiper is this, and I'll tell you guys, he's been like my son since he's been a sophomore. He's committed to me. He's been playing with me. He had a lot of schools mess with him. He could have went to a lot of places, but he kept his word, and I think he just trusted me. And it's been a hard go for him. And I'm really proud and happy for him because he believed in the process, very similar to what Dede did, 3 years ago when we were 63, and we started Dede here and he had a career game. So we got to get some play from that position. We got to get some ball handling, some game playing, guys that can make free throws. But anytime you can go for 11, 4 rebounds and 4 assists, 2 blocks and a steal in 28 minutes, that's really productive. And then I thought Elijah Brown played really within himself. I didn't think he took any bad shots. He took maybe one. He looked at me, and I just kind of laughed it off because he'd been playing so well. But I had to really run a lot of stuff and put him in situations because we needed to get him to get some points for us with Cullen being out.
What about the way that the combination of Jordan Hunter and Tim Jacobs initiated and sort of ran things with Cullen out here today?
They did good. They played about as good as they can. They had 7 turnovers, similar to what Cullen has sometimes. So, I mean, it's, but guys, those guys are more than capable. They could start a lot of places, and I think the world of Jordan. I think he's going to be terrific. But if you ask Jordan, college is overwhelming. And when you have to be a point guard and you run 78 sets with out-of-bounds plays and zone offenses, but the thing about Tim Jacobs, he's just a joy to have in our program. I've said that since day one. That's why we're kind of recruiting him. I wish I could have gave him a scholarship, but I knew that if not, he's such a professional in the sense that he's going to do whatever I ask him to do. And I was afraid if I didn't start Jordan, that it would have taken a little confidence from him. So I wanted to give Jordan that opportunity. But I thought Jordan did a great job. He made a great pass late in the second half and did some things. But he's growing up. I mean, he's going to figure it out because he's talented. He's just got to play at a higher gear, which he understands. But I think he's been playing at a slower gear because he wants to do what I want him to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I thought Tim Jacobs was terrific. I thought he gave us I played those guys about even minutes. So that was good.
Jordan hit the early jump shot when he was open, and then there was one in the second half that he passed up, and he did take one later in the possession. But that's what you were talking about earlier this week, was just having the confidence when you're open. Go ahead, take that shot.
Yeah, I think he has confidence. I just think he is such a team guy that it's about team. He doesn't want to score 20. He doesn't. Yeah, it'd be nice, but I mean, he's capable, but he understands what he's got to do. And I don't think I've had a guy grow up as much as he's grown up in the last 2 months.
Yeah, no, he's most definitely a pass first, shoot second type of guard. Yeah. But like you say, sometimes you're being selfish when you don't take that shot. And
Well, what happens is, and you know this, Hunter, being an ex-player, you don't want to have three guys out there you don't have to guard. And sometimes when we have O and Sam out there, like Wyoming, they didn't guard those two guys. And it makes it difficult. Like UNLV, UNLV was able to run it, Cullen and Elijah, when we ran ball screen because they knew we weren't going to throw it to O or we weren't going to make plays with other guys.
Coach, this afternoon in a half-court set, as you guys look for early opportunities and you went to a half-court set, I mean, what did you do to make that adjustment from UNLV to this afternoon? I mean, it seemed like to me.
Well, they probably heard me yelling on the mic a lot, but I think what I did was I wanted to get as many transition possessions as we could, but every time there was a make, I called a play. And I don't like doing that. I want to give the guys some freedom, but with this group, this young group, I just think it's better if I get them in a set, get them in some execution. We were able to score the ball a little bit better, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I had to call a lot of plays, but I think it worked, and we were successful that way. And you have to make adjustments, and this might be the best way for my team.
And I noticed that at timeouts, every time in, either was a play to Elijah or inside to Tim Williams. Not noticed.
It's amazing, though, Hunter, and you and Robert watch a lot. It's amazing because that was the first game that I think we really were in tune on what we were doing out of timeouts. And that's exactly what we can do out of timeouts. OBs, side out of bounds, half-court sets. When they execute like that, there's nobody's going to be able to stop us on the out of bounds and stuff like that out of timeouts.
New Mexico has Air Force coming up.
Mm-hmm.
They had Fresno State at home today and nearly beat the Fresno State Bulldogs. What about this year's Air Force Falcons? What do we have?
I haven't watched one tape of them. I was just worried about winning today. So I'll get to work tonight. That's the bad thing. We can't get out tonight. So, we'll stay here. I'll let the guys go eat dinner and go to a movie and get away from the game, and I'll go to work and try to figure it out. But very similar to what they've always done. They're going to run the Princeton offense and play a lot of zone, a lot of matchups, so we're going to have to make some jump shots. So, we're looking forward to another chance to get back home. And, this team was fun to watch today, and it was good to coach them. And, we've kind of been up and down, but hopefully we've turned the corner a little bit.
Did you feel like, to me, the focus that Elijah Brown played with today, I said to Hunter, that I think that the way he has responded to what happened after the game at UNLV and today, it just appeared like he could be on a mission the rest of this year.
He's got no choice.
Yeah, Elijah.
He's been like that all year. He's always been on a mission, and he's always been. But we do things the right way, and we're always going to do things the right way. That's why I told them after I go, guys, I'm going to coach you every possession. There's somebody yelling at me, heckling one of our fans back here. Leave him alone, and I'm not going to leave him alone. I know what it takes to win a championship. I've won one. Matter of fact, I've won 7. So these guys are capable. But I've got to coach them every possession, and I got to give them everything I got, and then we win by 20, and then we celebrate together, and it's a great win. But I got to coach them every possession, and that's the only way they're going to learn for a young group.
One other thing, I definitely want you to talk about Joe Furstinger for a minute, because I thought he gave you some great minutes and great effort and 4 blocks tonight and 7 rebounds and the steals.
Well, what Joe does is very similar to what Cam and Alex did when they were freshmen and sophomores. And Joe's a sophomore. Joe's not going to hurt you. Joe's going to run the offense. Joe's going to screen. He's going to use his length. And if we run offense, guys, you've been around me long enough. If we run offense and execute, we're hard to stop. And we're able to score the ball at a high pace and a high clip. But, Joe, I know what I'm going to get with Joe, and he's going to get more minutes because I told the guys, if you're going to keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again, I got to give another guy another chance.
Well, one of the things that we thought, where was the bench production going to come from? And we might have seen some of it starting to come to fruition today, especially with the way you're freshman.
Well, that's my fault. I didn't play him. I'll take responsibility. I didn't play him. I'll take responsibility for Wyoming loss. But we're going to do things the right way. We're going to do things the way we built this program. And we're going to get really, really, really good. And we're going to continue the program in the right direction.
All right, Coach Seal. We'll see you for Air Force in Albuquerque.
Right, Hunter?
Right. Thanks, Craig. Low End men's basketball coach Craig Neal. Your Delta Dental Coach's comments brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. Almost 400,000 New Mexicans. Well, they are covered by Delta Dental plans. For more information, log on to deltadentalnm.com. We come back more in the Lobo Basketball postgame show after this. Lobo